97.3 Citi FM. Hello, good evening, and welcome to Eyewitness News, coming to you live from our studios here in Accra. I am Sammy Wiafi, and tonight I am here with
Melody Fafa Potife.
Coming up in the next 1 hour, 30 minutes.
The government wants to spend 1.2 billion United States dollars to purchase presidential debt.
I am saying that this budget does not mention a presidential jet. This budget talks about retooling the Air Force.
The purchase of a new presidential jet dominates discussions in Parliament as MPs debate the 2026 budget statement. Tonight, we hear the argument for and against. Also coming up on Eyewitness News, Court of Appeal sets aside conviction of former Assembly member for Dencho Boase after being found guilty of leading a mob to kill Major Maxwell Mahama in 2017. And later on Eyewitness News, President John Dramani Mahama blamed for the death of a military officer involved in an accident at Obuasi in the Ashanti region after an operation by the National Anti-Illegal Mining Task Force, also known as NIMOS. Stay with 97.3 Citi FM on this for this and other stories on Eyewitness News. Coming up in business.
Business community warns capital market re-entry could tighten credit for firms.
Eyewitness News is live on our affiliates across the country, around the globe. We are on citinewsroom.com talking about affiliates.
So in the Western region, we are Premier FM 100.5, Beach 105.5 FM, and Sky 93.5 FM, all in Takrade. In the Bono region, we are Greener 95.9 FM in Sunyai, and in the Ahafo region, Hamas Radio 106.5 FM in Goso. In the Ashanti region, Orange FM 107.9 in Kumasi. In the Volta region, Akbini Radio 96.7 MHz in Kwando, and Heritage FM 107.3 in Hohwe. In the Northern region, Dasuma 99.1 in Yendi, Upper East, Word FM 88.3 in Zwarungu, Pure 100.5 FM in Navrungu. In the Upper West region, we are Westlink 88.1 FM in Laura, and finally in the Northeast region, we are Eagle FM 94.1 in Waliwali.
You can also join the conversation with your WhatsApp messages, and the number is 0549 986 996. 0549 986 996. Let's do our first story. And the Member of Parliament for the Damango constituency, the former Minister for Lands and Natural Resources, and also the ranking member on the Foreign Affairs Committee of Parliament, Samuel Abujinapo, has criticized the government for what he described as misplaced priority, questioning the decision to allocate some 13.1 billion Ghana cedis to purchase purchase 4 helicopters and 2 presidential jets at a time when many public sector workers are unpaid. Contributing to the debate on the floor of Parliament, the Member of Parliament says that the government has misplaced priority and must ensure that the right things are done as far as their campaign promises are concerned.
Which is why, Mr. Speaker, I said that this is a called lean government. It is lean on the legs, it's lean on the limbs. Mr. Speaker, it is bloated with consumption because you are spending a lot. Mr. Speaker, let me conclude. In spite of all these problems, the government, Mr. Speaker, in spite of all these problems, the government wants to spend 1.2 billion United States dollars to purchase presidential debts. To purchase presidential jets. 1.2 billion Ghana cedis to purchase presidential debt. Mr. Speaker, I'm talking about 1.2 billion United States dollars to purchase presidential debt. When you cannot pay nurses, when you cannot pay teachers, when you cannot buy farm produce, when you cannot recruit workers. Mr. Speaker, let me conclude. President Mahama taught us and reminded the country that President Akufo-Addo should take charge. He should not engage in blame game. That is responsible for resolving the problems of this country. President Mahama should take charge. And the Speaker should take charge, and this minority, this MPP minority,
yes,
this MPP minority, this mighty minority, we are saying, so far, so not well. So
Yes,
far, so not
Majority
good.
Leader.
So far, so much unemployment
Hold
and
it.
suffering.
Majority
That
Leader.
is what this 2026
You have
budget
the
is
floor.
offering the Ghanaian people. Suffering and unemployment. I thank you, Mr.
Majority
Speaker.
Leader, you have the floor.
You were the member of parliament for the Damango constituency and the ranking member on the Foreign Affairs Committee of Parliament. Let's get some reaction on this. And Enes Nogbe is the member of parliament for the Ashama constituency and a member of the Defense and Interior Committee of Parliament. Enes, good evening. Thank you very much for your time. Is it a case that the government of Ghana is spending some 13.1 billion cedis to purchase these 4 new helicopters and the 2 presidential jets?
Well, good evening to you and good evening to your listeners as well. Well, we all agreed, this country agreed that we needed to retool the Ghana Army, the Air Force, and all the other agencies under the security services. And so if the government decided that we are going to spend some amount of money to retool the service, the security services, I don't see the reason why some Ghanaians may be up in arms because this amount of money is dedicated to retool the services. It's just unfortunate. Making it open and making it obvious to Ghanaians as well that we are spending this amount of money to purchase this, presidential, we call it VVIP jet, not necessarily presidential jet because that could be used for any VIP or any VVIP. And so we call it the VVIP. And that will also be under the fleet of aircraft at the Air Force regiment. And so we are very much aware that Ghanaians, the economy as we speak now, we have everything at stake to make sure that all the agencies that were lacking behind in the previous administration for the past 8 years, we have the know-how and we have all the resources to make sure that all these agencies are being retooled. And don't forget, recently that we had this helicopter crash, every Ghanaian, well-meaning Ghanaian was of the view that all those fleets of aircraft and vehicles, the armored vehicle, etc., needed to be retooled because they outlived their usefulness. So if the president or the government have decided that we are dedicated this amount to facilitate this cause, I don't think it is something that we should be talking about. But don't also forget, as I said earlier, we have made it open. In the previous years, you wouldn't even hear about this because I said this some time ago that an amount of money was spent on 2 helicopters that were purchased for the police. And those helicopters outlived their usefulness before even they got to Ghana. I said it some time ago that those helicopters were as old as from 1976 purchased, which did not seek parliamentary approval, and they came to Ghana and they are still in the hangar. Nobody used them. Don't also forget as well, as at 2020, the committee approved an amount of money to purchase some armored vehicles for the military. As we speak today, those armored vehicles have not been purchased because they will only give you it is due to COVID-19 or whatever it is. So we are all in tandem, knowing very well that we need to retool the security services. So I don't see the hula baloo about dedicating an amount of money in retooling the security services.
The counter argument from your colleagues at the other side in Parliament believe that the current economic conditions that are not around the purchase of these aircraft for the country, looking at the current economic situation.
What is the current economic situation? Go on the street of Accra and ask every Ghanaian about the economic situation. Those who did not even do economics in school, they will tell you that everything is okay. You cannot get everything 100%. But for political expediencies, people will just make comments as if there's nothing happening in Ghana. The economy is okay. Look at the GDP growth. Look at the exchange rate. And look at the prices of items in the market. And that is what will determine whether the economy is good or the economy is not good. As some few years ago, when the economy was in shambles, when the economy was so bad that they have eaten all the meat and left the bone, and they wanted to purchase an aircraft, leaving even the aircraft in a very opaque manner. And we were saying that at this point in time, looking at the economy and looking at what is happening in the country, you cannot spend this amount of money to purchase an aircraft for any use, for presidential or any other use. But that is not to say that we were not in tandem of retooling the security services. That is why we approved so many things for them at that time. So you cannot compare previous years under their regime to this particular year. We are all aware that the economy as we stand now is better than some years ago. You cannot get it 100%, but it's better than their regime. And so making it look like because the economy is not good and we want to retool, we are dedicating this amount of money to retool the distance, is just a political rhetoric.
Enes, thank you very much for your time. Enes Dogbe is the Member of Parliament for the Ashama constituency and a member of the Defence and Interior Committee of Parliament. This is Eyewitness News coming to you live from our studio here in Accra. Let's stay on the telephone line on this matter and let's speak to Samuel Abujinapo. He's a member of Parliament for the Damango constituency and the ranking member on the Foreign Affairs Committee. He raised the issue in Parliament during the debate and says that indeed this is the misplaced priority for the government decision to purchase this new aircraft. Abu, good evening. Thank you very much for your time. Why do you believe, and you say so, that indeed it is a misplaced priority?
Hello?
Hello, Mr. Jinapo. Can you hear me?
Hello, good evening.
Good evening to you. Can you hear me, sir?
I can hear you, my good friend, Sammy. Good evening to your listeners.
I am asking that why do you say that this purchase is a misplaced priority?
Well, I think there were two issues that came up on the floor of Parliament yesterday. The first one was the question as to how much has been programmed in the 2026 budget for retooling of the Ghana Air Force. And that matter was conclusively settled on the floor of Parliament. And indeed, the Honorable Majority Leader himself conceded that the government had programmed 1.2 billion United States dollars to retool the Ghana Air Force, which includes 4 helicopters and 2 presidential jets. The issue we sought to raise on the floor of Parliament, by that I refer to the minority in Parliament, was the question of the quantum, which the majority did challenge, which was established and proved, and which he considered, as I say. And secondly, whether or not the timing is right, and also the scope of the retooling. Because as you can imagine, Ghana of today, where we have all kinds of problems and challenges which are to be resolved, should we be spending some 13 billion plus in purchasing aircraft? I think nobody can quarrel with the plan to retool the Ghana Air Force in terms of procuring helicopters for them. And I'm also quite clear in my mind that one will not necessarily also quarrel with retooling the Ghana Air Force in a manner that they can ferry the president about in the world for him to discharge his very important and onerous responsibilities. But the question is the quantum of amount and the scope. For example, questions have been asked: should we buy 2 presidential jets, for example? I mean, can we make do with, say, 1? And can we look at having 1 for long range, because we already have the Falcon, which is for short range travels, and the amount of money which is being programmed, can we have an arrangement which will be less than that amount? So these are legitimate questions that I'm not too sure is a minority alone raising these questions, but these are questions that every Ghanaian, I believe, will have on his or her mind in terms of the situation our country finds itself today, and the need to invest in the real sectors of the national economy to generate jobs for the teeming unemployed youth? Should we be spending 13 billion Ghana cedis plus 13 billion plus in purchasing presidential jets and so on and so forth? So these were the two fundamental issues which were on the floor of Parliament yesterday.
Abu, you've been a former Deputy Chief of Staff and a Minister of State for Lands and Natural Resources. Do you think we need a presidential jet?
I think the president, and by that I refer to every president, should be given the necessary tools to enable him discharge his responsibilities well. I don't have any difficulty with that. The minority has no difficulty with that. And I don't think any Ghanaian should have difficulty with that. The question is always, as they say, the real issue comes up when we get to the details. And those were the issues which were raised on the floor of Parliament yesterday. But whether the question as to whether or not our president should be given the necessary logistics to discharge his functions and represent Ghana and work for the people of Ghana, we don't have any difficulty with that, and nobody should have a difficulty with that. The question has always been and is today the amount of money, the scope of the procurement, and I believe that government should come forward to answer these two questions and get the country satisfied that the Ghanaian taxpayer is going to get value for money.
If it's always the quantum and always the amount, will we ever as a country have the set amount to purchase this when many people regard this to be an urgent matter and indeed it must be addressed?
Well, that's not the point I'm making. I mean, like I said to you, I've heard people raise the issue, for example, that should we have two presidential jets at a go? Shouldn't we have one? And the timing and the amount of money programmed and so on and so forth. So these are legitimate questions. As we speak today, we have a Falcon. We have a presidential jet, which is not, I mean, most experts have said is not particularly fit for long-range travels. I mean, it cannot travel, for example, for 12 hours without refueling and so on and so forth. So if you have that, which can take you to, say, Tamale, Abuja, Abidjan, short-range travels, shouldn't we be thinking of an aircraft which will suffice or be fit for purpose for long-range travels? Should we be burdening ourselves with two aircrafts at a go at this time? These are legitimate questions. I'm not too sure that these questions are destructive. These are constructive and legitimate concerns and questions that I believe every Ghanaian will want to ask or want to find out. It's a question of prioritization.
Abu, thank you very much for your time. Samuel Abu Jinapo is the Member of Parliament for the Damongo constituency, the ranking member on the Foreign Affairs Committee of Parliament. This is Eyewitness News coming to you live from our studio here in Accra. We'll go for a quick break. When we come back, we have more stories.
Eyewitness News. Be there as it happens.
Who cries calling me this other one?
Hello. Good evening, Kwame.
Good evening.
We are into baby foods and would like to introduce...
Wait a minute. How did you get my number? You just use ways and means to find people's numbers and be calling them by heart. No respect for privacy or anything at all.
Oh, Bra Kwame.
Is your business privacy ready? Do you collect and use information of people in your line of work, like their name, number, location? You might be doing the wrong things. Whether you're a big company or a small one, you must respect people's right to privacy. Register and be certified by the Data Protection Commission of Ghana. It is the law. You will receive the necessary training, advice, and guided on the right systems to put in place to help protect information you collect about people. Register your company. It's simple and online. Visit www.dataprotection.org.gh to register. Privacy is the responsibility of everyone. Remember, privacy is personal.
Oh, jump on now. Go. Google me. At what time will you come back where I don't hear the sound of your car? Why you buy new car? No, I don't change my car. It be the same, right? It be the fuel way I change. Way one shouts it. Ever since I started using the all-new Excellium Premium Fuel, fortified with 3-in-1 action. Oh, Joe, now my car they run like electric car. No, it's so. This is the type of fuel where they want to. Cause now engine they cost. Where they want for way if I buy it, it go protect my engine. And with the small way I buy, I'll go drive, sir. Absolutely. It's like strapping a turbocharger to your engine and giving it a protector. better. And what they boss my mindset be the 3-in-1 action, no? Excellium, they prevent up to 99% of deposit. It be anti-wear, some be anti-corrosion. Won't pay when I open there.
Hey, so where can I find this magical fuel?
Just head over to any Total Energy service station and your car will thank you.
Hey, then make a finish my gobe fast, then rush go Total Energies. My friend, but why your hand my gobe inside?
I give you info. Make a feel the gobe too small.
Go.
Joe Pana. Excellium is designed to protect your car engine, decrease fuel consumption, and lower CO2 emissions. Don't say fuel, say Excellium. Choose Excellium, choose quality.
Accra, are you planning that big church convention or must-attend events this season? Don't let communication slow your momentum. With Wiggle Vision's voice and SMS services, you can reach thousands of people in just seconds. Send personalized voice messages, instant reminders, event updates, and registration confirmations, all with one click. No internet? No problem. Wiggle's reliable USSD and bulk SMS platforms keep everyone connected, anytime, anywhere. From vibrant churches in Osu to event planners in East Legon, everyone's switching to Wiggle Voice and SMS to keep their audience engaged and informed. So why wait? Talk to Wiggle Vision today. Call 055-417-059 or visit wiggle.com.gh. That's wiggle.com.gh. Wiggle Vision, connecting people, powering events.
Make a choice. Go for it. You need support to achieve. A new verse awaits you. The Republic Verse, where you're treated as uniquely as you are. Succeed, thrive, outshine yourself. This is our verse, the Republic Verse. Join the Republic Verse and big up. Republic Bank, we're the one for you.
Hey Ghana, the lights are going off again, but this time for good reason. Melcom Blackouts deals are here. From November 13th to 30th, prices go dark and savings shine. Visit your nearest Melcom store today. Melcom, your #1 shopping destination. Terms and conditions apply.
Papa no no, 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 Ankasa. Polytank is everywhere, durable and authentic. Stronger brand you can trust. Polytank, we get some more Rambo and get some more Super. And the Polytank we did. Polytank, papa no no, 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 Ankasa.
The best.
Let your voice be heard on Eyewitness News on Facebook at facebook.com/Citi97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/Citi973, and Instagram at instagram.com/Citi973 with the hashtag Eyewitness News.
You're welcome back. You're still listening to Eyewitness News, coming to you live from our studios here in Accra. A few of your WhatsApp messages. Akapo in our form says, I would love to hear the views of Honorable Kujato Ablakwa, Buja Jemfi, and the debate to purchase a new presidential jet. I remember how they and others criticized the then administration when the issue came up some years ago. Hamdin Alassan says, what is wrong with using $1.2 billion to purchase a new presidential jet? Compare that amount to the money that you use to dig a national cathedral hole. Which one is better? We the people from Mayarifa says, the purchase of a new presidential jet is an absolute necessity and cannot be used to score cheap political points. Fafa has some other stories.
Now, the Court of Appeal has overturned the conviction of former Assembly. The Court of Appeal has overturned the conviction of former Assembly member for Dentro Boase, William Ban, who was serving a life sentence for allegedly abetting the murder of Major Maxwell Adam Mahama. A 3-member panel in a unanimous judgment ruled that the trial judge, Justice Mariama Owusu, a justice of the Supreme Court, then sitting as a High Court judge, misdirected the jury, leading to a wrongful guilty verdict. According to the court, the misdirection was so fundamental that that the jury would not have returned a verdict of guilt if they had been properly directed. The Court of Appeal further held that the High Court erred by relying on caution statements from two accused persons which implicated Ba. The panel added that the errors were grave enough to invalidate the conviction.
Let's go to the phone line and speak to George Benashaw, who is lawyer for the former Assembly member William Ba. Good evening, Counsel. Thank you very much for your time. Could you tell us the reason how the Court of Appeal arrived at this decision, please? Hello, Counsel.
Hello?
Good evening, sir. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
I'm asking that, could you tell us the reason behind the decision by the Court of Appeal?
Well, when you say that the poor chap was charged with aiding and abetting the murder of the late Major Mahama, may he so rest in peace, because no one deserved to die the way he died, by that public lynching. But in law, when they say you have abetted the crime, it means that you have encouraged, supported, helped, assisted, instigated, all those things, people to commit a crime. So what it in effect it meant was that he had encouraged or supported or assisted the people who lynched the major to kill him, and he had the intention that they should kill him. But none of the evidence at trial led or convinced the jury, convinced the jury, was on that level. Basically, what I was saying is that there was no evidence at trial to show that he has either assisted, helped, encouraged, instigated, or commanded anybody to do what the unfortunate thing that they did. So therefore, the charge couldn't stand, but there was a misdirection from the judge in the sense that it wasn't explained properly to the jury, and then they also, despite everything that they've said and that despite all the submissions are made, went on to convict him. So what has happened today is that the sin has been rectified, because the Court of Appeal is saying that he didn't do any of the things that somebody who is an abettor should have done to merit conviction.
Counsel, does it mean he's free?
Yeah, he's very free.
What happened to the others who are also, standing trial in this same matter?
Yeah, the others were charged with the actual murder. The rest were those who actually inflicted the blows. They did the physical act of actually beating up the late major that led to his death. So they were charged with murder. This assemblyman was charged with abetting the murder. That is basically he commanded them or assisted them or helped them in some other way to achieve their aim of killing him. So he was on a different charge.
So it means for him, this is the finality of the matter as far as
finished with him, because he was charged that he has supported, encouraged, or helped the people to kill him, and there was no evidence to that effect. So for him, he's out because he had only a single count against him.
Counsel, thank you very much for your time. George Benashaw is lawyer for the former Assembly member for Dincho Boase and William Ba, who today the Court of Appeal set aside his conviction, who had earlier been accused by the High Courts in connection with the killing of Major Maxwell Mahama in 2017. Now, a military officer with the National Anti-Illegal Mining Operations Secretariat, NIMOS, has been confirmed dead after the team's vehicle was involved in an accident. 4 other military officers who were reported to be at critical condition have been referred to the Anglo Gold Obuasi Hospital after first receiving treatment at the Obuasi Government Hospital. Let's get some details on this matter. And the Director of Communications at the Ministry for Lands and Natural Resources, Mawusi Mawunyefia, joins us on the telephone line for more. Good evening. Thank you very much for your time, Mawusi. Update us. What's the latest as far as those who are critically injured are concerned?
Thankfully, we've been able to get in touch with them. All of them are doing well, responding to treatment, and we're hoping that within a matter of few days, they should be discharged.
What is your briefing on this issue?
So the NIMOS team had actually gone to Obuasi to conduct some anti-illegal mining operations. And they usually will go in a team, in a large batch. And so these 5 personnel had actually left the site to go to their resident base to just basically freshen up and then later return to the base, to the site. And on their way from the site, their vehicle somersaulted. And then they got in, their vehicle somersaulted, we lost the life, and then the others were critically injured. So around 3 p.m. we got a call from the team that this is what had happened. And immediately we responded to them.
And one officer died from this?
Yes, he died.
Who is this officer?
So he has been named as sorry. So the officer who passed has been named as Private Collins Ejapon.
Private Collins Ejapon.
Yes.
Has the family been officially informed of this?
Yes, so the family has been informed. The family were informed yesterday. We opened a book of condolence today at the NIMOS headquarters in Accra, where the minister led a delegation to sign the book and also commiserate with the team. We'll be also visiting the family tomorrow to also, led by the minister again, to commiserate with them and to share his condolences. The president has also been briefed, and he also shared his condolences with the team and with the family as well.
Will this incident in any way lead to a review of the operations of NIMOS?
The minister had mentioned that we are going to look at it. We're going to review that. But for now, that's been ruled as an accident. We do not suspect any foul play, and so that is what we're keeping it as. However, today when the minister met with the team, he had mentioned that we probably need to relook at the team and review, their modus operandi. So that is going to be done.
Mausi, thank you very much for your time. Mausi Agbefia is the Director of Public Relations or Director of Communications at the Ministry of Lands and Natural Resources. Let's just stay on this matter because the president of the Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology branch of the University Teachers Association of Ghana, Utah KNUST, Professor Eric Abavari has called on President John Dramani Mahama to urgently impose a temporary ban on mining in Galamsey affected areas following the death of a member of the National Anti-Illegal Mining Operations Secretariat, NIMOS. The officer was confirmed dead after the team vehicle was involved in an accident on the night of yesterday. 4 other officers, as you heard earlier, are in critical condition. Let's go on to the phone line and speak to Professor Eric Abavari, who is the president of UTAG, on this matter. Prof, good evening. Thank you very much for your time. I'm told Prof is on the line. We'll speak to Prof on this matter because he believes that if President John Dramani Mahama had listened to calls for the declaration of a state of emergency on this matter, we will not be recording, death as far as this issue of illegal mining or Galamsey is concerned. For him, it will be right and proper for the president to impose a temporary ban on mining in Galamsey affected areas following this incident. Let's go back onto the line and speak to Professor Eric Abavari on this matter. Prof, good evening. Thank you very much for your time. You feel that this incident should trigger the president to issue the ban that you've long called for?
I think so. Because now nobody in his or her wildest dream that any member of the NIMOS is going to die. And now one is gone. It is also not guaranteed that tomorrow another will not go. Who is going to be the one? Do we have to fold our hands to keep on watching as our men keep on falling one after the other? When we can take action right away by banning it temporarily and get a cool-off. If we will not do that, and the casualties happen, we must not pretend to be hostages and put our heads in the sand and close our eyes, thinking that every place is us. So, my call is simple as that. This is the moment for us to take. We had one opportunity when we lost the 8th officer. That was the moment we should have. We let it fly. This opportunity has come. So,
there are many who have said, including government officials, that this proposal for a ban or even the declaration of a state of emergency will be the last resort, because at least we've seen some operation on the ground, which is 9 months, which is chalking some successes. And so for the long term, let's consider the operations of 9 months and other agencies involved in the fight against illegal mining, and that the ban or the declaration of a state of emergency may be the long-term goal as far as this whole Galamsey fight is concerned.
I think we need to distinguish between the state of emergency and ban. Yes, those legal experts will say Galamsey is already illegal. Fine, so there's no need to ban it. But the activity is still ongoing. When we have banned it, so telling it that at this time nobody is supposed to be seen around this place, and people are found there, it means you are flouting a regulation, a rule, or a policy. And that will be legally binding. And so, if they think that we have to wait, I don't know whether the president himself is going to die or fall victim, or his brother going to fall victim, or any relative of his is going to fall victim before he realizes that it is dying. Then I don't know when. And it's becoming his relatives are not involved. And so he doesn't see the need, or the ministers who are also saying this, or people who are advocating this way, don't have any of their relatives in the front line. If any one of them was part in the front line, I do not think they will be saying that. If you like go and ask the military themselves, if they don't think what I'm saying is what it should be.
Prof, thank you very much for your time. Professor Eric Abavari is the president of the University Teachers Association of Ghana, Ken UST branch in the Ashanti region, speaking to us there. This is Eyewitness News, coming to you live from our studios here in Accra.
Eyewitness News. Be there as it happens.
If home is where the heart is, then let's go home, shall we? Let's go where the entertainment is, where the passion is, where the laughter is, and sometimes even the tears too. Let's go where we feel safe enough to share our opinions
and send tweets,
where we do that embarrassing little dance to our favorite song. Let's go home where the love, the care, and the joy live.
There's no place like home. Connect your home to super fast internet with affordable data bundles from MTN Home. Visit broadband.mtn.com.ga or your My MTN app to sign up today. Everywhere you go.
My hands are champion, creating temptation. 100% natural kibo. Ginger, garlic, onion. No salt, no MSG. No preservatives. Steam them natural. Chicken, fish, and meat. Yes,
Kivo 3 in 100% natural ginger garlic onion powder. Incredible aroma. Champion taste. This advert is FDA approved.
Ginger, garlic, and onion. 3-in-1 Kivo.
Luck is everywhere for everyone. Yeah.
The winning season is back, but this time I am collecting the wins like jollof at a wedding. The luckiest season 3 is here. Your chance to flip your luck or maybe your bank accounts too.
2 easy ways to join. Dial *712#. Hit 1 to buy for you or 2 to gift a friend. Feeling lucky? Pick 1 for a random number or hit 2 to choose your own. Pay with mobile money. Done. You're in.
Or go to theluckiestafrica.com, click community tickets, choose your number or let the system do so for you. You can buy a ticket for your boo or your favorite barber. Pay with Momo or card if you're abroad.
One ticket could turn your 1 Ghana Cedi into 500 times more, and the whole community could win 10 times over.
Dial *712# or log on.
Let's get lucky together, because luck is everywhere.
Play responsibly, not for persons under 18 years. This promotion is regulated by the NLA on the Caritas platform.
Christmas, my favorite time of the year.
This festive season, Volta Serene Hotel invites you to experience the magic of Christmas and New Year like never before. From 20th of December to the 1st of January, step into a world of joy, music, laughter, and celebration. We begin on the 20th with a soulful carols night, filling the air with warmth and melody. Then, on 23rd and 24th of December, arrive in style as we welcome you with fresh coconut and local treats. Christmas Day brings pure delight, exciting moments for kids, relaxing escape for adults, and an elegant all-white dinner under the stars, crowned with a spectacular fireworks display. On Boxing Day, embrace culture and rhythm, from picnics and traditional dance to an unforgettable high life and old school night. As the week unfolds, enjoy movie nights, live music, karaoke, and endless fun, until we welcome 2026 with a breathtaking fireworks show on New Year's Eve. Special Christmas packages starting from $4,050 for individuals, $5,250 for couples, and 8,900 Ghana Cedis for a family of 4 for 2 nights. Call or WhatsApp 0541 539 867 or 0362 025 243 to book your experience today. Volta Serene Hotel. Feel the serene touch.
Flight 715 is now boarding at Gate 4.
Welcome to the Stanbic Bank app that makes you live a lot more like
topping up my electricity before ECG do me yawa.
That's smart. And you have to send mom money. Forgot?
Easy. We'll just transfer from the app.
We are about to take off.
Okay, let me also enable my travel notice.
It was that easy, huh?
Complete. Now I can use my card abroad without it getting declined.
Hey, you forgot to pay your water bill. The guys are outside to disconnect.
Wait a minute. Water bill payment? Done.
Why you lucky?
Charlie, my Stanbic Bank app sorting me back to back.
Level up and do more with the Stanbic Bank app. Download now on Google Play and Apple App Store. Visit stanbicbank.com.gh or call 0302 815 789 to get started. Stanbic Bank.
The Association of Ghana Industries, in collaborations with Ministry of Trade, Agribusiness and Industry and Ghana Standards Authority, presents the 14th AGI Ghana Industry and Quality Awards. Theme: creating a conducive business environment and quality standards for industrial competitiveness in a 24-hour economy. Guest of honor: His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, President of the Republic of Ghana. Date: Saturday, November 29th, 6 p.m. at the Grand Arena, Accra International Conference Center. Major sponsors: Gasem, Softcare, Regulus, Promacedo, Olam Agri, Wilma Africa, Qualiplast, B5 Plus, Syntex Tank, GCB Bank, Guel, Nestle, Activa Insurance, Arcadia, Petrosol. Co-sponsors: Casapreco, Coca-Cola, Accra Brewery, Guinness Ghana, Sleek Garment, Vortic, Apple Pie, Multitred, Adiza. For tickets, you can call 0244 499 101. Be part of this excitement.
This Christmas Eve, skip the ordinary and step into the extraordinary. Welcome to the Situation All White Party 2025, where the music never stops, the energy never drops, and the fun never ends. Celebrating grand style with great music, irresistible food, and an atmosphere that screams good vibes only. Date: 24th December 2025. Venue: Good Park near the Accra Mall. Time: 8 p.m. till late. Dress code: it's an all-white affair. Get ready for electrifying live performances from Kofi Kinata, Jazz music in Chin Chin Band and DJ Mingle. Wear your best all-white fit. Bring your dancing shoes and let's light up the night together. Book your tables now. Call 0205-973-973. It's Christmas Eve. Don't miss it. The Situation All White Party 2025 is powered by Channel 1 TV and 97.3 Citi FM, and it's proudly sponsored by EcoBank, Bethel Logistics, and Hallmark Cafe.
Let your voice be heard on Eyewitness News on Facebook at facebook.com/Citi97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/Citi973, and Instagram at instagram.com/Citi973 with the hashtag Eyewitness News.
You're welcome back. This is still Eyewitness News on 97.3 Citi FM. Let's do some other stories now. Scores of commercial tricycle operators in Kumasi have staged a massive protest against what they describe as persistent extortion and harassment by officials of the Kumasi Metropolitan Assembly. The operators parked their tricycles and prevented others from working, forcing many to join the demonstration. Although the KMA banned tricycles from parts of the Central Business District 2 years ago, the riders say a task force continues to harass them. The union chairman Seidu Mubarak addressed the media.
We want to call on government to fast-track the legalization. As we are regulating under this vacuum, it gives opportunities for some authorities to disregard us, to extort from us, and then to harass our boys on the road. The authorities I'm talking about, simple as KMA. KMA, for example, have restricted us from going to the Central Business District. This is 2 years now. I believe that Channel 1, that time it was Citi TV. You came and took coverage of whatever conspired here. They said they are doing transport rail organization. And the transport rail organization, they are going to dig on just the city. And they started from tricycle. Once they are done with tricycle, they will go to on-street parking. And after on-street parking, they will make sure that the heavy vehicles do not come to the Central Business District in the daytime to offload. And yet, this is 2 years now, as we all bear witness. Nothing has been done about anything again, except only for tricycle. We saw it to be a target.
U.S. Seidu Mubarak, Ashanti Regional Chairman of the National Union of Tricycle Operators in Ghana. Away from that, the Parliamentary Select Committee on Defence and Interior is pushing for the passage of a legislative instrument to provide a legal framework for the recruitment reforms introduced by the Ghana Armed Forces. GAF, following the tragic stampede that occurred on November 12 during the 2025-2026 military recruitment exercise, has rolled out several measures, including decentralizing recruitment centers, capping the number of candidates screened per day, and introducing a more robust electronic appointment system to improve safety and efficiency. Addressing journalists during a visit to observe the resumption of the exercise in Accra, Chairman of the committee, James Agalga, said the committee plans to engage the military high command to codify the new strategy to guide future recruitment processes.
I mean, it's sad. I made the point the last time that it takes very patriotic citizens to want to serve in our armed forces. And so if they have ruled out those measures, I think it's good. It's a step in the right direction.
We are seeing this level of tranquility as a result of some of the reforms that were introduced by the military hierarchy and government as a whole, if you like. Would you, and in effect, the Defense and Interior Committee, propose that this becomes the way to go in future recruitment for the military?
Absolutely. And that is why we're here. And so at the end of the day, we're going to have a meeting with the CDS and his team. And definitely what they have ruled out, which impresses us, we would want them to probably codify that into some instrument, sort of, which would guide them in their future operations.
You are the Member of Parliament for Busa North and Chairman of the Parliamentary Select Committee on Defence and Interior, James Agalga. Now, in a related development, the Ghana Armed Forces has arrested an individual for forging documents during the military recruitment exercise at the Elwak Stadium in Accra today. Director of Protocol, Colonel Evelyn Asamoah, tells Citi News the suspect was immediately handed over to the police and will face appropriate action.
Nothing so far has been recorded, no eventuality. It's just that where documents are not all right, we've had one case of forgery and then we are handling it. That's why we have IT specialists at post deployed. So where we identify forgery, we quickly handle it because we don't want fraudsters joining us in the military. Yes, definitely. And the person has been identified, so it's been handled. At the end of the day, we are looking at handling or taking care of the large numbers and making sure we get the right people to join the armed forces. That's what we are looking at. Definitely, we need able persons, able-bodied men and women to join the armed forces, and we want people who are eligible, who are qualified to do so. So that's what we are looking at, that the qualified persons get the opportunity to join the armed forces and achieve their dreams.
Colonel Evelyn Asamoah is Director of Protocol for the Ghana Armed Forces. Now, the Ghana Medical Association has condemned violent scenes at the Northern Regional Hospital after a viral video showed some youth locking the medical director's office, barricading administrative areas and disrupting services. General Secretary of the Ghana Medical Association, Richard Selome, described the actions as lawless and dangerous. He urged the Ghana Health Service to provide stronger security for medical staff, warning that doctors may withdraw from facilities if their safety is not guaranteed.
For the community may have. And so it is very important to us because per the labor law, we can render service in a dangerous environment. So any employee who finds himself in a dangerous where his or her life is endangered, it clearly happened in this particular case. It's mandated to be able to remove him or herself from the danger because, like I said, you must live before you let live. And so we do not want to get to the point where we are telling our members for doctors and other health workers, for example, we are insisting that the facility makes sure that all staff who are providing care are adequately catered for when it comes to security, and so that people do not. So this is why we made that call, and it's important to be doing that because if it persists, if people think of space, it is only proper and humane that we make sure that do not and colleagues do not expose themselves to dangers.
Richard Selome further called on traditional authorities to intervene in advising the youth to use appropriate forums in addressing grievances with health facilities.
We believe that the traditional authorities wield a lot of power in this country. Many of these won't use traditional authorities when they them and downstairs. That's why we are calling on the traditional authorities. And we believe that their voices would hold sway when it comes to me. We are calling on the traditional authorities, not just women in the youth, also access to facilities. There exists the right of and to any grievance and any necessary action that needs to be taken. There exists the avenue, legal avenue, to report to the management, move above the management to the district health authority, all the way to the regional health authority, the regional ministers available. And then you can escalate to the health service headquarters or to the Minister of Health.
You are the General Secretary of the Ghana Medical Association, Richard Selome.
Eyewitness News. Be there as it happens.
Let your voice be heard on Eyewitness News on Facebook at facebook.com/Citi97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/Citi973, and Instagram at instagram.com/Citi973 with the hashtag Eyewitness News.
Get the details. Every significant financial transaction, every market movement, and all the policies that affect your business. Citi Business News. Be informed.
Time now for Citi Business News on Eyewitness News. I am Melody Fafa, but to further details of our stories now. The Ghana National Chamber of Commerce and Industry wants government to reconsider its intention to return to the domestic capital market next year, warning that the move could tighten credit conditions for businesses. Finance Minister Dr. Kasiola Tuforsin, in the 2026 budget, announced that government will re-enter the market as post-DDEP restrictions expire, primarily to refinance existing obligations. But speaking at the Chamber's 2026 budget review seminar, President of the Commerce, Stefan Mason, cautioned that the timing may be premature.
We want to recommend to the government to reconsider its plans to re-enter the domestic bond market, even with a cautious approach, to avoid crowding out the private sector and to prevent a return to debt distress. We believe it is too early in the days to start accruing additional debts. Lastly, we also want to recommend the government to explore public-private partnerships options, including partnerships with domestic private sector investors as an alternative to additional borrowing. Most importantly, the success of this budget depends on effective implementation. We urge government to remain steadfast in ensuring its full execution. Over the years, we have observed well-designed policies presented in national budget but left unimplemented. We do not want that in the case of this budget today.
That was the president of the Ghana National Chamber of Commerce and Industry, Stefan Mason. Away from that fast-track reinstatement of road tolls, overhaul the country's public-private partnership framework to mobilize massive financing for the 198-kilometer Accra-Kumasi Expressway under the Big Push Infrastructure Program. That's the advice of immediate past director of ISE, Professor Peter Quartey, to government. He warns that ambition alone will not deliver the project, arguing that Ghana's constrained fiscal space makes it unrealistic for the state to solely bankroll the project, adding that structured investor participation will be important to transform the project into a viable economic corridor. Professor Peter Quartey spoke to Citi Business News.
Government cannot construct every important road in this country alone. That is where public-private partnership is important. You can get funding, construct, toll, and pay. If that is the concept, then I fully support this expressway because we need better roads. But I don't think government can find the resources alone from its budget internally and finance such major construction. It is public-private partnership. So for me, when road tolls were scrapped, I was very disappointed because you are sending the wrong signal to the private sector that I'm not ready for business. We need to quickly reintroduce road tolls, but also ensure that we expand the network, we expand the infrastructure. That will ensure that when people pay, they can easily get access. Go to Kenya, the airport, right from the airport. There are two different roads. One that you'll be in heavy traffic, the other one where they call the expressway, where you pay. You get to the toll, then it opens for you because you have an access card. It is common in a lot of African countries now. They went for a loan, they constructed, they are paying for it.
You heard Professor Peter Quartey, the immediate past director of the Institute of Statistical, Social and Economic Research, ISE. Moving on, the Center for Policy Scrutiny is forecasting a significant decline in Ghana's monetary policy rate to 15% in 2026, anchored by what it describes as a firm and sustained disinflation path. The projection comes after the Bank of Ghana cumulatively cut the policy rate by 650 basis points in 2025, which eased financing conditions across the economy. Speaking at the center's post-budget discussion in Accra, Executive Director Dr. Edu Owusu-Sarkodie said the expected rate drop presents a major opportunity to reduce the cost of credit and stimulate private sector expansion.
The monetary policy rate, in the year 2026 is expected to fall below 15%, somewhere around 10 and 15%. And the government also expected to do little in the open market operation because here you are loosening things. It's not like before when we were keeping things tight,
The government was frequently going to the Omo market or the open market. Now, when you are losing things, you do little of the Omo. The exchange rate is expected to stabilize and have a perfect external balance, and the financial sector is expected to improve. This fiscal discipline should be restored through careful expenditure control, enhanced domestic revenue mobilization, and targeted social interventions. I'm sure the next topic will be of interest to many of us: intervention or intermediation. Let me give you the history. Ghana practices a managed flexible exchange rate regime that the government sets upper band and lower band within which the depreciation or appreciation must float.
That was the Executive Director of the Center for Policy Scrutiny, Dr. Edu Owusu-Sarkodie. Away from that, scrap dealers fear they could lose their livelihoods if government goes ahead with plans to ban the export of non-ferrous metal scraps. Finance Minister Dr. Kassia Latofosin, in presenting the 2026 budget on November 13, announced proposals to restrict exports of non-ferrous scrap metals to support local manufacturing by guaranteeing a reliable supply of raw materials for domestic processors. But reacting at a press briefing, the General Secretary of the Gbewa Scrap Dealers Association, Salim Salifu, argued that while exporters add value to the metals and sell at competitive prices on the international market, local companies pay significantly lower rates.
We expect that policies that government will bring will rather boost businesses. But if the policies are going to eventually turn businesses down, that will not be good for the country and government as well.
So as your association had a dialogue or meeting with the government?
Yes, we had meeting once. Yeah, that is the outcome that about a month ago, we didn't hear anything than to hear this now. We didn't hear anything than to hear this rumor that they are going to put the ban. That is what we are surprised. And you know, as the saying goes, if you are not strong and you see a strike coming, you have to cry first.
You are the General Secretary of the Gbewa Scrap Dealers Association, Salim Salifu, and in Citi Business News. On Eyewitness News, I am Melody Fafa Botufe. Up next is Point Blank.
Let your voice be heard on Eyewitness News on Facebook at facebook.com/Citi97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/Citi973, and Instagram at instagram.com/Citi973 with the hashtag Eyewitness News.
This November, elegance comes alive at the Ambassador Ballroom of the Movenpick Hotel, Accra. Experience a night of fine dining and classical artistry with Guy Bertrand K, Kokui Selome, and the Afro Maestro Orchestra. Enjoy a luxurious 4-course dinner with wine pairings crafted to perfection. Tickets are 1,800 Ghana cedis, but grab your early bird for just 1,500. Join us on Thursday, the 27th of November at 7 p.m. for a celebration of music, culture, and pure sophistication. Reserve now. Call 020-433-3136 or 0302-611-000. The Movenpick Classical Music Night, where every moment is pure elegance.
The Kakamutobi come out in the festive season, and they are as scary as our bills. But we don't want to miss out on parties, family, and festivals. Whether you say Akwaba, Maraba, Wezo, or Obake, EcoBank says tap into vibes in the 5-star enjoyment promo. Be one of 10,000 lucky winners when you deposit multiples of 400 Ghana cedis or take a loan in multiples of 4,000 Ghana cedis to win up to 1.5 million Ghana cedis in cash and prizes. 1-year insurance cover, gift vouchers, and more. That's not all. Use your EcoBank card, mobile app, USSD, or POS to transact and enjoy up to 15% discount. Tap into vibes with EcoBank. T's and C's apply. Bill shouldn't scare you. EcoBank, the Pan-African Bank.
EcoBank will never call or text asking you to verify sensitive information like your PIN, Ghana card or bank card information. Pay better attention to details.
Are you feeling tired after a hard day's work? Have you lost your appetite even for your favorite dish? Viral Blood Tonic is a nutritionally balanced, pleasant-tasting tonic fortified with iron and vitamins to boost your appetite and energy levels for high performance. Viral Blood Tonic, easy to take and good for the family. Viral from Danex Iting Starwin PLC. If symptoms persist after 48 hours, consult a physician. This advert is FDA approved.
People of Ghana, prepare yourselves. This is no ordinary Black Friday. This is the Black Friday that refuses to end. And as the cedi rises against the dollar, Electroland is dropping prices even more. Double blessings. From today till the end of December 2025, visit any Electroland showroom or authorized dealer for massive Black Friday deals on Samsung, TCL, Midea, and Nasco appliances, smart TVs, fridges, ACs, washing machines, cookers, microwaves, and small kitchen appliances. Enjoy buy one, get one free on selected items. Yes, real bug off. Imagine buying one small appliance and getting another. Your neighbor will think your house is now an appliance boutique. Plus, the ultimate Achedia Kessia promo continues. Buy anything and enter Electroland's ultimate Achedia Kessia draw. More gifts, more surprises, more joy. Call 050-315-9739 or visit electrolandgh.com. Electroland, home of luxury but affordable electronics. Terms and conditions apply.
Oh, jump on now. Go, the go. Gugomi, at what time when you come back where I don't hear the sound of your car? Why you buy new car?
No, I not change my car. It be the same ride. It be the fuel way I change. Way one shouts it. Ever since I started using the all-new Excellium Premium Fuel, fortified with 3-in-1 action. Oh, Joe, now my car they run like electric car. No, it's so.
This is the type of fuel where they want to. Because now engine they cost. Where they want for way if I buy it, it go protect my engine. And with the small way I buy, I go drive, sir.
Absolutely. It's like strapping a turbocharger to your engine and giving it a protector. And what they bust my mind, Seth, be the 3-in-1 action, no? Excellium, they prevent up to 99% of deposit. It be anti-wear, some be anti-corrosion. Won't pay when I open them.
Hey, so where can I find this magical fuel?
Just head over to any Total Energy service station and your car will thank you.
Hey, then make a finish my gobe fast, then rush go Total Energies. My friend, but why your hand my gobe inside?
I give you info. Make a fill the gobe too small.
The go.
Excellium is designed to protect your car engine, decrease fuel consumption, and lower CO2 emissions. Don't say fuel, say Excellium. Choose Excellium, choose quality.
Your family's health should never be a worry, no matter where you are in the world. Are you a Ghanaian in the diaspora, a foreign resident in Ghana, or a Ghanaian looking for the perfect health insurance plan for yourself or your family in Ghana? Then the Apex Ebusiapa Health Cover is what you need. A comprehensive health insurance plan to protect your loved ones. From hospital stays to life-saving treatments, we ensure quality healthcare at an affordable cost. Apex Ebusiapa Health Cover. You don't just send love home, you secure it. Visit Apex Health Insurance at Zion House, Boundary Road, Shashi East Legon, or call 0540-128-256 or 0501-683912. Apex Ebusiapa Health Plan. Global love, local care.
Announcing Ghana's first unlimited photocopier leasing. Yes, from just 983 Ghana cedis, you can lease a multifunctional photocopier and print unlimited. Yes, unlimited and free paper every month. Guess what? That's not all. Toners, repairs, and maintenance all are free. And oh, I'm not kidding at all. And we cover the whole country. Yes, the whole country. What are you waiting for? Just visit us at www.valexlease.com or call 0244-644048. I repeat, or call 0244-644048. Remember, terms and conditions apply. Valex Lease, affordable document management solutions.
Let your voice be heard on Eyewitness News on Facebook at facebook.com/Citi97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/Citi973, and Instagram at instagram.com/Citi973 with the hashtag Eyewitness News.
Welcome back. You're still listening to Eyewitness News, coming to you live from our studios here in Accra. My name is Sami Wiafe. And this is Point Blank. Remember, Point Blank is brought to you by Valex Lease Equip Limited. Valex Lease Affordable Document Management Solutions. Tonight on Point Blank, we go to Parliament because MPs are debating the 2026 budget statement as presented by Finance Minister Dr. Kesela Toforsen. After the debate, Parliament will approve it, allocations will be done, and disbursements will follow. Let's go to Parliament and hear the debate from both sides of the House.
Thank you very much, Right Honourable Speaker, for the opportunity to contribute to the ongoing debate on the budget statement and economic policy of the Government of Ghana for the year 2026 financial year, presented by the Minister of Finance on behalf of His Excellency, the President. Mr. Speaker, I wish to first of all commend the Minister of Finance, Honourable Kesel Atuforsen, and his team for the yeoman's job that they have been doing for the people of Ghana. And I wish to urge them to continue to make us proud. Mr. Speaker, this was a very simple to digest budget. And it is out there and admitted by many, especially the experts, that the finance minister was very honest about his accounts as far as the economy is concerned. He acknowledged what we came to meet, the distress economy that he came to inherit. And then he recounted to us about how the 2025 budget had helped to restore fiscal stability, and also accounted to this House how the fiscal stability was being sustained through the introduction of revenue reforms that was to ensure more tax compliance, especially with the introduction of digital means of collecting revenue, like the introduction of AI. Mr. Speaker, but what was also most significant was his emphasis on tighter expenditure controls and the growth-oriented spending that he and his team have been focusing on. Mr. Speaker, if you look at page 141 to 142, you realize that the resource allocations that are outlined there are indeed growth-oriented allocations that will help to spur the economy on. But Mr. Speaker, I have followed the debate in the last couple of days, and I will say that it's been amazing watching our colleagues, especially on the other side, exhibit what seemed like the height of hypocrisy and stunning display of collective amnesia. Mr. Speaker, it is amazing to watch them lament about unemployment and poverty whilst criticizing this government's focus on critical infrastructure. Mr. Speaker, for 8 long years, they were the very architects of our current economic distress. They were in charge, Mr. Speaker. They presided over an era where the word corruption became synonymous with leadership. Mr. Speaker, from the Ejapa royalties deals to the Eka energy controversies to the PDS scandals, Mr. Speaker, the countless reported breaches on COVID-19 relief fund of about 21 billion Ghana cedis. Mr. Speaker, the National Cathedral waste of over about $100 million. Mr. Speaker, the SkyTrain deals that never was. Mr. Speaker, the Paulugu multipurpose dam that never was. And the money that the state lost as a result of these ventures. Mr. Speaker, I could go on and on. Mr. Speaker, their tenure was a master class of state capture. Mr. Speaker, the resources that should have been building factories, that should have been building schools, that should have been building hospitals, were instead funneled into the pockets of a very selected few. Just because, so when you watch them today lament about unemployment, lament about poverty, it is shocking and can only be described as the height of hypocrisy. Just because yesterday I heard my honorable colleague, Kojo Opon Nkrumah, make reference to the fact that they handed over about 150 factories. And that because we have cancelled the 1D1F office, Mr. Speaker, those factories cannot provide the jobs that are needed. Mr. Speaker, really, was the 1D1F factory paying the workers? If indeed they handed 150 factories, those factories should be providing the jobs and contributing to the economy of this country, whether a 1DF office is in existence or not. Whether a 1DF office is in existence or not should not affect the running of those 150 factories. Mr. Speaker, they say in our language, in Dagbani, that kaya nye tuzo milgia. Mr. Speaker, to wit, the lack of energy to carry the load that is before you is the reason why you will say the aid that is to help you carry the load has shifted. Mr. Speaker, so clearly, if they had those 150 factories, they would have been functioning and supporting the economy. Mr. Speaker, the culture of corruption that directly fueled unemployment and poverty they now pretend to decry can only be attributed to their administration. How can jobs be created when contract sums were inflated? Mr. Speaker, and the funds were actually channeled. We're told in this country that party here, Sika. We all witnessed what happened when they introduced LEAP. Mr. Speaker, we witnessed what happened when they introduced NAPCO. Mr. Speaker, these schemes were compromised by systematic graft, leaving beneficiaries in the lurch. Mr. Speaker, the lamentations, therefore, are not a sudden awakening of conscience. They are a political strategy just to evade responsibility. But I assure them that President Mahama and his government will ensure that every peswa that was wasted is retrieved where possible. Mr. Speaker, the priority of this government is on critical infrastructure. And critical infrastructure, Mr. Speaker, is not just luxury. It is a necessary intervention to rebuild the foundation that they destroyed. Mr. Speaker, their administration prioritized consumption, spending on themselves and their cronies, while this government is prioritizing production. And you cannot tackle unemployment, Mr. Speaker, without reliable energy. Investing in the power grid and renewable energy is what will power the industries that will create the jobs. And that is why in this budget, Mr. Speaker, you'll notice the commitment to a GPP2, the construction of another Ghana gas processing factory. Mr. Speaker, you cannot reduce poverty without efficient transport. Building roads, Mr. Speaker, and port infrastructure is what will lower the cost of food and goods and connect farmers to markets and make Ghanaian businesses competitive. And that is why, Mr. Speaker, you will notice in this budget again that we have prioritized critical corridors, road corridors in this country. We have prioritized the construction of the Western Corridor, Wenchi all the way to Wa, the Eastern Corridor, that will take the road all the way from Aflao to the Upper East region, Kolongugu. Mr. Speaker, we have also prioritized the Central Corridor. And as we speak, the dualization of the Accra-Kumasi, highway has reached about 64% completion rate. And Mr. Speaker, you will recall that when we came into power, that project was stalled because there was no dedicated funding for that project. It has been put now on the Big Push agenda. Mr. Speaker, the headline of President Mohammed's Big Push agenda is the new expressway that will see about 8 interchanges on the Kumasi-Accra highway. Mr. Speaker, all of these are not just concrete, bitumen, and metals. Mr. Speaker, these are projects that will impact our economy, that will produce jobs, and that will create employment. Mr. Speaker, you cannot attract investment without a transparent system. The new government, and that is His Excellency President Mohammed's government, is focused on rebuilding trust and directing funds into tangible projects. And these projects, Mr. Speaker, will ensure that we restore the confidence that is required for the necessary investments to be done to bring about the jobs. So, Speaker, finally, I heard the former finance minister yesterday also make reference to food inflation. Honorable Amin Anta, and peddled data that was questionable. Mr. Speaker, I say so because he was referring to the Ghana Statistical Service report. And clearly, Mr. Speaker, what he was quoting could not have been from the Ghana Statistical Service. Because Ghana's food inflation, Mr. Speaker, according to the Statistical Service, Ghana's food inflation has significantly decreased in 2025, dropping from a peak of 23.8% in December to 14.8% this year. Mr. Speaker, clearly it shows that this is a substantial reduction of 9 percentage point decrease over the period, with a trend continuing with a year-on-year inflation. Mr. Speaker, and this is clearly from the Statistical Service website. So for the finance minister to have claimed that food prices were going up, clearly, and referencing the Statistical Service could not have been a correct reflection of what the true state of events are. Mr. Speaker, when I speak of this government investing in critical areas that will bring about employment and reduce poverty, I am talking about the finance minister's assurance that about 245 million Ghana cedis is going to be made available to the Ministry of Agriculture to ensure that we improve the agro-industrial value chains covering Feed Ghana. Mr. Speaker, I also refer to the 6.9 billion oil palm finance window that will support implementation of the national policy on integrated oil palm. Mr. Speaker, I speak of the no fee stress policy, which will continue and will be allocated 537 million Ghana cedis this year. Mr. Speaker, I speak of the 25 million Ghana cedis for free tertiary for persons with disabilities. Mr. Speaker, these are the growth-oriented spending that the finance minister seeks to lead his team to implement in the 2026 budget. I therefore call on our friends to drop the height of hypocrisy and join us in approving this budget for His Excellency the President to build the bridge, to provide the ladder that will help us climb out of the abyss that they left this country only about a year ago. I thank you very much.
Thank you, Honorable Member. I then proceed to give the floor. Honorable members, can we listen to each other in silence? Honorable members, it's now the time to listen to Honorable Dominic Bingab Aduna Nitiwood.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, my good friend opposite just spoke as if he was in opposition. My brother, you have moved to government. You are no more in opposition. Bring us the hard evidence of the corruption you are talking about and stop lamenting. Lamentations will not help you. You lamented for 8 years. You are in government, you are still lamenting. Stop the lamentations and work. Mr. Speaker, I hold in my hands 175 promises made in the 2025 budget. Mr. Speaker, if you care, I will lay it for the pleasure of the majority. Mr. Speaker, less than 30% of this has been achieved. And in fact, of the 30% that has been achieved, 70% of it are policies that has its foundation laid by the previous administration. Mr. Speaker, again, I have in my hands promises that were made in the 2026 budget. And Mr. Speaker, in the 2026 budget, you have again gone to make 222 promises. You made 175. You didn't even meet 30%. You have made another 222 promises. Mr. Speaker, let me lay that as well. Mr. Speaker, if you go and make promises you don't fulfill, the next day you go and make even more promises, nobody will listen to you. That is the reason why Ghanaians are not listening to you. Mr. Speaker, that is the reason why Ghanaians are not listening to you. Take time and read your budget. I've given you the promises that you made. I've made it easy for you. If you don't have time to read the entire budget, I've made it easy for you. Go there and check. You will see all of them. Mr. Speaker, what is worse off is that my friends opposite from 2019 for 4 good years, in fact 5 good years, made hell and fetish out of buying and retooling the military. Mr. Speaker, they insulted the former president, insulted my good self. Some of them, led by the foreign minister, became experts in aviation overnight. Mr. Speaker, today you have come and under paragraph 1091, you say you want to buy 1 long-range aircraft and 1 medium-range aircraft. Mr. Speaker, even them to accept the fact that they are intending to buy VIP and executive jets, they are running away from it. Mr. Speaker, we have 2 types of aircraft that are controlled and operated by the military. The first is the executive aircraft, Mr. Speaker, and the second is the military aircraft. Mr. Speaker, a medium-range military aircraft includes Casa
Honorable
295.
Gapper, please.
And
Honorable members, let's listen to each other in silence.
And then C90. Mr. Speaker, I will lay that so that they can read for their own pleasure. Mr. Speaker, the military of Ghana already has 3 medium-sized range aircraft, the military one. Mr. Speaker, for the long-range aircraft, Mr. Speaker, it includes heavy bombers like B-2, large transport aircraft. I also lay this so that you can read for your own. Mr. Speaker, it only leaves Ghana. Ghana does not need and cannot operate, and no African country operates a long-range military aircraft. It only leaves us with one option, what we call the VIP aircraft. Mr. Speaker, this is how the VIP aircraft looks like. What in Ghana here we call presidential aircraft. This is how it looks like. And you intend to buy 2 of them. Mr. Speaker, this is how they look like.
Former Defense Minister and Member of Parliament for the Bimbela constituency, Dominic Nituo, in that debate on the floor of Parliament. And that's how we end today's edition of Eyewitness News. That came to you live from our studios here in Accra. My name is Sami Wiafe. Earlier you heard Fafa Melody Show produced by Kwabna Wilson, Fred Tete Jabano, and technical assistant Daniel Kwashi.